Welcome back to Chess Thoughts, where we explore the best ideas and all kinds of books for personal growth, success, and more. I'm your host, and today we're diving into one of the most impactful books on behavior change, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Whether you've read the book or are thinking about picking it up, this episode will break down its key ideas, provide insights, and reflect on how these principles can shape our daily lives. You can get this book through the link in the video description. So grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and let's get into it. If you've ever tried to start a new habit, whether it's going to the gym, reading more, or eating healthier, you know how hard it can be to stay consistent. And that's exactly where Atomic Habits shines. James Clear lays out a practical system for building habits that stick and breaking the ones that hold us back. At its core, the book is about the power of small changes, tiny atomic habits that compound over time to create massive results. Key idea number one, the power of 1% improvement. One of the most compelling concepts in the book is the idea that small, consistent improvements lead to significant growth. Clear explains that if you get 1% better every day, you'll be 37 times better in a year. Think about that for a moment. It's not about overnight transformation, but steady, incremental progress. And this applies to anything: your fitness, your finances, your relationships. The key takeaway? Focus on the small wins. Instead of trying to overhaul your entire life at once, commit to small, manageable changes. Key idea number two, identity-based habits. This one was a game changer for me. Instead of focusing on what you want to do, focus on who you want to become. Clear explains that real behavior change happens when you shift your identity. For example, instead of saying, "I want to run more," say, "I am a runner." When you identify with the habit, you're more likely to stick with it because it becomes part of who you are. Here's a practical tip. Every time you act in alignment with your new identity, reinforce it. If you go to the gym, even for 10 minutes, remind yourself, "I am someone who prioritizes their health." Over time, these small reinforcements solidify your new self-image. Key idea number three, the habit loop. Cue, craving, response, reward. James Clear breaks down habits into a four-step process. Cue, the trigger that initiates the habit. Craving, the desire that follows the cue. Response, the action or habit itself. Reward, the benefit that reinforces the habit. Understanding this loop is powerful because you can hack it. Want to start a new habit? Make the cue obvious. Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Want to break a bad habit? Remove the cue. If you want to stop scrolling social media, keep your phone in another room when working. It's all about designing your environment for success. Key idea number 4, the role of environment. Speaking of environment, Clear emphasizes that we often overestimate motivation and underestimate how much our surroundings shape our behavior. If you want to read more, keep books in visible places. If you want to eat healthier, put nutritious foods at eye level in your fridge. The easier you make a habit, the more likely you are to follow through. Since reading Atomic Habits, I made a few small changes that have had a big impact. One of them is applying the 2-minute rule. Clear suggests that if a new habit feels overwhelming, start by doing it for just 2 minutes. Want to build a reading habit? Read 1 page a day. Want to start meditating? Meditate for just 2 minutes. Often, the hardest part is starting. Once you do, momentum takes over. Another key insight that stuck with me is the idea that we don't rise to the level of our goals. We fall to the level of our systems. So instead of just setting goals, we need to build systems that support those goals. So, is Atomic Habits worth reading? Absolutely. Whether you're looking to improve your productivity, fitness, or mindset, the principles in this book are practical, science-backed, and easy to implement. If you've read Atomic Habits, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What's one habit you've changed or a takeaway that stuck with you? Reach out to me on social media or drop a comment wherever you're listening. And if you found this episode helpful, make sure to subscribe and leave a review. It really helps us grow and reach more listeners like you. Thanks for tuning in to Chess Thoughts. Keep building those small habits, and I'll see you in the next episode.